What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today I have a question. This actually just came to my mind, and it's a pretty good question. I thought I would make a video about it. Okay, here's a question. It's an actual, serious question I have, and I'm explaining to you what I mean, and we're going to really dive into this. How much money could you save if you were being yourself? Now, I know the question may sound, he's trying to be all deep and profound. No, I'm asking a serious, mathematical, scientific question. How much money would you save if you were being yourself? Now, let me explain to you what I mean. From the time you were born to this very day, whatever age you are, from the time you were born to this very day, how much money was spent on you in your maintenance, your health, your upkeep, food, clothing, shelter, things of that nature. Then there was a time in your life where you no longer needed your parents or your guardians to supply your necessities and your wants for you. There was a point in time where the older you got, the more you realize that you can supply your own needs and wants for yourself. Okay? And let's take it from that moment, from the moment where you were able and decided to supply your own needs and wants, right? How much money that is from that point to today, to this very moment. And what I thought about is, everybody has their own personalities. Everyone has things that they're interested in. Everyone has things that appeal to them, that they're attracted to, that draws them to it, or it draws to that person. And then there are things that there's sometimes that we may buy things or indulge in things or engage in things that really aren't really in our nature. Meaning, whatever personality you have, you usually gravitate towards things that fit that personality. Okay? That fit that mold, that is you. That is whoever you are, that is you. Okay? People who are, who like art, people who like poetry, movies, ballets, people who like fashion, like that, right? Now, there comes a point in time where you're trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to really figure who I am as an individual and where do I fit in this world, in this solar system, in this galaxy, in this universe. Where do I fit in the grand scheme of things, okay? And throughout that time, we do things, we buy things, we go places, we befriend people, we unfriend people, that we do these things in the belief that it will either better who we are or improve who we are, or we think that that's just us. But there are times when we do things that aren't really about who we are as an individual. Okay? Now here's where the question comes around. Those moments where you do things, buy things, say things, engage in things that aren't really who you are at your core. If you were to take all of those things that you have engaged in that did not truly reflect who you are, how much would that cost total? Now, keep in mind, this is not because when it's your parents, they do things for you. You don't really have a say in those things. But the moment you have a say in something and you engage in that thing of your own free will and accord, are those items, are those moments really who you are? And whether they are or whether they're not, how much do those things cost? So when I ask the question, how much how much money could you save? Remember the original question. How much money could you save if you were being yourself? So let's say you're not really into makeup. Let's just say, makeup ain't your thing. It's never been you at the core. But you may see a magazine, or you may see a TV show, a movie, a video, a music video, whatever, a YouTube video, something, I don't know. And you see a person on that screen, on that projection, and they seem to be in a position of prominence and influence. And that prominence and influence attracts you. I mean, of course, we all want to be known for something. We all want to be recognized. No one wants to go through this entire life not being recognized for something. Everybody wants to be recognized. Okay? But when you see that person who is being recognized, obviously you see them, so obviously you recognize them, and it's something about them that is attractive, something about them that is influential. So you decide to do those things to also gain the same amount of attraction that person has. However, what that person is doing is not really your cup of tea, but you do it anyway, just so you can have a taste of that attraction that person has. How much would that cost? Right? How much would that cost to be someone that you are not? How much would that cost? So back to the original question. How much money could you save if you were being yourself? I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be profound. This thought came to my mind, and it actually makes me think about myself. Like, how many things have I done? I put myself. How many things have I done, or how many things have I engaged in that wasn't really at my core who I am? And then engaging in those activities or engaging in those people, if I were never to have done those things or engaged in that particular person or befriended that person, how much money could I have saved? Because actions cost. Whether the action is good or bad, actions cost. What you do has an actual monetary value. Believe it or not, what you do, whether it be positive or negative, actually has a monetary value. You can do things that are very, very powerful, very, very good and great in the world, but it costs. It's just a cost for something good, for something positive. Or you can do something that's not so good, negative and destructive. That also costs. It costs money. It costs resources. It costs energy, costs effort, blood, sweat, tears. Literal blood, sweat, tears. Literal energy. Literal money. These things cost. So, the question again, how much money could you have saved if you were being yourself? And let's just say hypothetical. Let's say hypothetical. Let's just hypothetical. Anyone who's watching this video, right? You actually take the time to tally that number up. You think about your life where you've done things of your own free will and accord that wasn't really about, wasn't really for you. But you did it anyway, and it cost money, something like that. You think about all those things you've done over the years in your life. And if you were to actually take a tally of how much those things cost throughout those years and add it all up, how much would it cost? And then you ask the second question. You ask the second question to that. With that money that you have now accumulated from the things that you really didn't want to do, you take that money up now. What could you do with that money? How big would that number be? How big would the number be? How big would the amount be if you were to actually tally up all the things that you have spent money on that really weren't about, and that really wasn't really in your best interest? What could you have done with that money? Think about that. What could you have done with that money? Could you buy a house with it? Could you buy a car with it? Could you start a business with it? Would it make you a millionaire? Oh, think about that. What if let's say what if throughout your life all the money you spent in not being yourself, what if you were a millionaire? What if you were a millionaire but didn't know it? Dang, that's deep. Hold on. That just hit me. Hold on. Could you be a millionaire if you gathered up all the money that you have accumulated from not being yourself? God damn. I ain't gonna front. That's heavy. That's heavy. Could you be a millionaire? Damn. Just imagine how many potential millionaires are out there right now because they spent money on not being themselves. Jeez, that's just right. God damn. Could I have been a millionaire? Damn. Could you have been a millionaire? Damn. If the decisions that you make cost money, and they do, both positive and negative, the decisions you make do cost money, could you be a millionaire? And how fast could you have been a millionaire? Like imagine if you were to tally up, you were to take up the number that you come up with and say, okay, out of all the years I wasn't being myself, this is the number I came up with. And according to this number, I could have been a millionaire at 22. Think about that. What if you're 34? I'm 34 right now. I'm 34. What if the money that I have gathered from thinking back to thinking back and say, okay, this is all the money I spent. This is all the money I spent on not being myself. All the money I spent on not being myself is right here. And according to this number, I could have been a millionaire at the age of 22. That's something to think about. So I'm asking the question again. I'm going to ask the question again. How much money could you have saved if you were being yourself? See what I'm saying? How much money could you have saved? Meaning, if you were doing things that really were in your spirit and in your soul, how much money could you have saved? If you don't drink, I don't drink. I've never took a sip of alcohol in my life. I don't drink. So let's just say I don't drink, and then one day I decide to go to the club. I don't even go to the club. I actually don't go to the club. Let's say I would go to the club, right? Or let's like this. It's like this. I wake up, right? I wake up. you know, and say, hey, we're going to the club, right? Now, normally, I don't go to the club. I don't. I don't like clubs. I've been to a club one time and I did not like it. I don't like a whole lot of noises. I don't like it at all. So I don't go to clubs. So let's just say, okay, me and some friends or something like that, we go to the club, right? I don't go to the club. So that costs because gas money. Gas money to drive to the club. Or even, let's say public transportation, Uber, whatever. But those things cost. Public transportation, Uber, or a car, or your own personal vehicle. Those things cost. The Uber costs, public transportation costs, and you need gas money to put in your car. So let's just say gas money. Let's just say your own personal vehicle, right? Let's say $20. Let's say it takes $20 to get your tank to a good amount. You may not be full, but you're right there. So let's say $20. So $20 is spent right there on going to the club. Now, if you go to the club, most likely the men are gonna pay. Women at a certain time don't, so don't worry about that. Let's say as a man you're gonna pay. Now, I don't really know how to go. Let's just say hypothetical. You want to get into the club, most likely you're gonna have to pay. Let's just say the club says, okay, for guys, $50. 50. Okay, 50. You want to get into a club, so you're gonna pay. So you give her $50, right? $50 for yourself. So you got $20 for gas, $50 for the club. That's $70. Now keep in mind, I don't go to the club. Keep in mind that I don't go to the club, but I decided to do it. Clubs aren't my thing, but I decided to do it. So if I go to, I'm not being myself. Myself is I don't do clubs. So, but I'm doing something that's not myself. So go to the club. It's $70 for gas, $50 for club. All right, we in the club. I spent $70 already in the club, dancing, all that stuff, music loud, all that. We're there. Now let's say I'm not gonna put VIP. We in the club, and I say I want to go to the bar. Or here's the thing, I'm dancing. I want to go to the bar. My friends say, let's go get some drinks and stuff. I don't drink. Keep in mind, I don't drink. But of my own free will and accord, my friends didn't force me. I chose to say, okay, let's go get some drinks. We go get some drinks. Let's just say we don't get the cheap stuff. We don't get the suspense. We get right in the middle. Now I don't know how the prices go. Let's say hypothetical. Hypothetical, right? We get something to drink that's in the middle price range. $5, right? $5 per drink. $5 per drink. Okay? Right. Now, I don't drink, so I've already spent $5. So I got $20 for gas, $50 to get in the club, $5 to drink, one drink. So we're going to be there for a while, right? So 9 times out of 10, if you go to the club, you're going to be there for a while, meaning you're not going to just have one drink and that's it. So let's just say I do 4 drinks for myself. 4 drinks for me. So $5 per drink times 4. That's $20. $20 right there. Spent on drinking. Now keep in mind, I don't go to the club. And I don't drink. And because of those 2 actions already, I spent $70 plus 20, $90. $20 for gas, $50 to get in the club, and $20 for drinks for myself. Now let's just say, that's that $90, all right? 20, 50, 20. $90, okay? Let's say there's a young lady in the club who's digging me and I'm digging her, right? And I want to get her on my side, so to speak, right? So we converse, not conversate, converse. We converse. I offer her a drink. And keep in mind, of my own free will and accord. She didn't ask, I offered. Keep in mind. And I asked her, what do you want to drink? And let's just say hypothetically, She gets what I get. Nothing cheap, nothing too expensive, right in the middle. She says, okay, I will get what you got. Okay. To the bartender, get her what I got. So that means what she got costs $1 per $5 per drink. Okay. And let's just say she also gets 4. Like I got 4. I got 4 drinks. She got 4 drinks. She rocking with me. So she drink what I drink. She drinks how much I drink. Now of my own free will and accord. That is $5 times 4. That's 20. With my $5 times 4, that's also 20. So that's 40 now. At $40 to drink. $14 to drink. Okay? Keep in mind again, I don't drink. Keep in mind again, I don't go to the clubs. Alright? So got $20 for gas. $20 for gas to go to a place that I don't go to. $50 to get into a place that I don't go to. So that's $70. Okay? 4 drinks for me, which equals up to $20. I don't drink. And 4 drinks for the young lady that's with me at the moment. That's $20 for her. So that's 40 plus 20 equals 60. Plus 50, 110. $110. No, sorry, hold on. I got that right? Got the math right? I don't want to do anything all crazy. So what I say, 50? I put $20. $20 to get in. $20 for gas. $50 to get in the club. Plus $20 for my 4 drinks. Plus $20 for the ladies' 4 drinks. Yes, $110. I have spent $110 on an activity that I don't normally do. Think about that. I don't go to the club. I don't drink. So I'm not going to buy someone else an alcoholic beverage when I don't drink alcohol. $110. Now, let's say the night we leave the club. Let's say we leave the club now. I've already spent $110, right? We leave the club. The young lady comes with me and my friends, right? We go back home, all this stuff, and somebody says, hey, you trying to smoke? I don't smoke. You know what I mean? Smoke weed. All right. I decide of my own free will and accord now. Of my own free will and accord. Like I said, actions cost. All right. I say, yeah. I say, yeah. Yeah. Pardon me, y'all. The pause again. But anyway, it's okay. No. Forget. All right. All right. We say we go spend money on the weed. Now I said $110 already. $110 is spent already. Okay. On everything else, we go back place. Go get some smoke. No. Hey. Smoke weed every day. All right. I pay for it. Keep in mind, I am doing things that I normally don't do of my own free will and accord. I am not being myself. This is the story. I am not being myself. Okay, so I offer to pay, get money. No, let's just say me and 2 other friends, we pay. I chip in 5. I say I chip in 5. They chip in what they chip in. I chip in 5. Let's say $5. Okay, $5. So I chip in my $5. To smoke something that I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. All right? Here we go. We spend our moments, puff, give, all that round. No, don't mess with the rotation, blah, 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 blah. All right. Somebody says, you know what? Man, I got the munchies. I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry too. Let's go get something to eat. Where we gonna go? I don't know. What's up with this open? Waffle House. I don't know. It's Waffle House damn near everywhere, right? They open up 24 hours. They everywhere. All right, we gonna go. So Waffle House. Now it's me and some of my friends, and the young lady that's with me in the club. Keep in mind, the young lady that I met in the club with her $20 drink, my $20 drink, she's still with me, right? So we go, and we go to eat Waffle House. I get some. I'm like, well, let's just say what I buy costs. The food is $6. Okay, the food is $6. All right, the food is $6. OJ and all that stuff. Orange juice, I love orange juice, all that stuff. So let's just say that's plus. Say 115 plus. The whole thing will come up to. Well, mine then. No, the young lady she eat too. So, pay for her and mine. Only people on the corner. For her and mine, let's say it comes up to $20. So $20. So 115. With all this stuff I said, $115 back there, plus the 20 from the Waffle House from my food and the other young lady's food. Right? That's $135. Because I was doing things that were not myself. Okay? So the one time I do something that is not who I really am, it cost me $135. Now, here's the question. That's just one night. That's just one night. One night. I spent $135 in one night. Now imagine the things you do in a week. So let's imagine $135 in a week. So 135 times 7. So let's say you do $135 times 7 days. No, you know what? Let's skip that. I would say times 5 work days. 135 times 5. That's the work week. Okay, that is $675. Now let's take that same number. Let's say you do it the whole year, 12 months out of the year. So 675 times 12. So $135 times 5 days a week, okay, times 12 months out the year, you know what that number is? $8,100 from doing something that you don't normally do. That's how much that can cost you from not being yourself. Now, let's just say, take that same number, take that same $8,100. That's just 1 year. 1 year. Now, when was the age that you normally start doing things for yourself? You want to buy things, like, let's say the age you get your first job. Let's say 16, okay? 16, you buy things, you get your first job, 16. I know you can get it early. I started working at 14. Actually, I started working at 13, 14 years old. Okay, but I just say 16 just to be fair. 16 just to be fair. So 16. Now you know what? Skip the 16 because you live with your parents. I would say college age. So let's say from 18 to the life expectancy is about 70. Just say 18. I give you from 18 to 48. 18 to 40. So that's 30 years. I'm just giving a number. 18 from age 18 to age 48. That's 30 years. So let's take that same $8,100 and multiply by 30 years. Shit. You know what that is? $8,100 times 30? $243,000. That's how much money you could have saved if you were being yourself. Right? So I'm gonna leave it just like that. That the scenario that I just gave you, of your own, keep in mind, of your own free will and accord, you were doing things that wasn't in your nature. I gave you a scenario, and that scenario that I gave you cost you $243,000. Do you know what you could have done with close to $250,000? Jeez, mo creases. Let that sink in. I'll talk to you all later. Y'all come back at me with some answers. I'll check y'all later. Leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I will see y'all later. Peace.